Well, two videos in one day. But I thought I better come back on here and tell you what actually the future plans were for my videos, since I told you what I wasn't going to be doing anymore. I told you I was going to take the advice of Phil and or Dr. Phil rather, and I'm going to give up fighting a narcissist. According to everything that I read about it, all you do is feed them when you do that, and it just motivates them, and I don't want to do that. That'd be a bad thing. And well, what else can I say? It sounds like good advice. But you probably wondered, well, am I going to leave YouTube? Nah, I'm not going to do that. One of the things that Phil does advise is that the best help you can give is of yourself, helping other people out if you can. And if it's advice, then give them advice. Most of the time, you can tell them where to go to get what they need. You can't solve all the problems of the world, that's for sure. But the ones that you can't help, you can try to send them to somebody maybe that can. And so by building up a repertoire of people and places and things like that, you can still do your duty to mankind and help the world get better. Or planet. We all know some people look at the planet, and the planet and the world are one and the same. So the universe, obviously, is much bigger than that yet. It's like eternal life. It's forever. Okay, well, you probably want to know what I'm going to do. Well, first of all, before I get into any of that, I'd like to tell you what I'd like you to do. So many up there said, why aren't you out there helping Ray? Why aren't you getting in there and going and cleaning the yard and doing those things? Well, what I'd like to know is, how many of you want to raise your hand and help out? The Harly Jolly Christmas. Yes, that's going to help a little child that we've all been talking about. The little one that everybody says nobody thought about. And yet, there's been things going on that you didn't know about. And Two Leaves in a Pod have some GoFundMe accounts out there and how to get to them and utilize them. Guess who else is helping out like that? Milltown's Best also has the link that it takes so that you can get back in there and help these people on the GoFund accounts. And there is more than one account and multiple ways to help. And you're all welcome to jump on the bandwagon if you think you can. A little bit goes a long way. Now, the first go-around on the wish list, I think, have all been pretty well completed. And they're trying to reset everything and get it up and running and going again. But it's up to you if you want to really help out, because so many of you have been so gracious, and you've come on and offered all this ideas and stuff. And a lot of you didn't realize how much is really going on. But not everybody that's on my channel has actually went over to Lee's in the Pod for whatever reason, and I'm not sure why. But they offer advice, real. They give you the proof, the real proof of what they're going to talk about. And there's been a bunch of them out there said they're just waiting and waiting and waiting because they're trying to build suspense up and get more people to come in and all that. That is not true. They have let you in on some things that are happening, and the key word is called blindside, but it's a royal flush, if you will, if you were playing cards. And it should help solve some of the problems that are coming up, or that have been there already, that are on the surface. If you go to their channel, you're going to help them mightily. And all you got to do is listen, look, and there are things there that you can help this poor little girl out with. One of them is Harly Jolly Christmas. There's nothing better than to help this little girl out. You all been asking for it, so jump on there. These things are going to go to her. Now, I heard somebody say something about, well, they'll just sell the stuff and she'll never see it. Not true. Some of this stuff is being delivered as we speak. They're going to be getting different things because of the different types of ways that things are set up right now for it. And I want to thank all of you out there for your generosity. And yes, a lot of you had some good ideas out there, and a lot of them were already started up and going. And things are changing out there. You've asked that put your money where your mouth is, and I'm asking you to come on in and help out. It'll make you feel good. And don't get jealous. You'd be surprised. Sometimes help can change people, change their mind, change the way they say and work and look. So here's your chance to give it a whirl. Never hurts to try. As far as me, I know. I've told you I'm not going to be on here fighting because I just don't want to feed the habits of those that think that the whole world evolves around this creator that has grandiose feelings about himself. And that when I'm in there fighting whatever kind of a good fight you might call it, all I do is feed the narcissist side of him. And I don't want to do that. Why would I? But there is something I can do that will reap rewards, not for me, but for the people that maybe I can lend a hand to. And that's those that have been stepped on and being hurt. There's nothing wrong with me going in there and giving them advice, trying to figure out a way or a door they can open so that they can change their life, whether it be spiritual or otherwise. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to open up a pocketbook and walk out there and hand out cash. Not in any way. I do believe in showing people how to make some of that cash or invest it or do whatever you are. I have my opinions because, well, over the years I've had to figure out some of it the hard way and some of it by asking how to get from point A to point B, or how to put a little money in my pocket, what's going on in the stock market, what kind of pricing can I expect in the future, things like that. If I can help in any way, especially people that have been stepped on, and maybe it'd be nothing more than a pat on the back and some advice of how to take a deep breath. You already know that I've started up on trying to give assistance to people with COPD by bringing out ideas. I plan on keeping that up. But, you know, when I had went on Phil's, actually what I did is I went out there and I wanted to learn as much as I could about narcissist and the factors that go with that, and how can you change it. And when I found out that I couldn't, that was a bummer because it surprised me. But I found out, on the other hand, and really, I think maybe the Lord may have reached out and said, Ray, well, you can help those that are being picked on. And I got to thinking, you know what? That's a good idea. And so the conclusion of dropping one end of it to go to the opposite end and help those that need the help seems like a good idea. And with that, now I won't have as many videos up as I did before because it was easy to find reasons to fight. And it's very hard to find ways to help because you have to kind of study the person to see the kind of help that they're going to need or what they'll need in the future. I know the good people there in Otter Creek that may be having to be silent in their somewhat tortured way of getting around town because they're afraid they're on the outside of the society that now exists there. Well, I'm going to find a way so that we can talk in private, whether through email and secured. I'll start some sort of an account here in the very near future so that people can get in and talk to me a little bit. I'm too old to pay a visit. I don't travel anymore. It's just too hard. And I give up traveling a little over a year and a half ago. But I'll do the very best I can for you in the things that I can do for you. With that, I'm going to get off. But, I know that a small town like Otter Creek out there, there's a few people out there that are doing their very best, and they're trying to keep out of the mess of this thing that's going on out there. And I don't blame you at all. It is a mess. And it is a good time to say, yeah, no mas, I don't want any part of that. So I'll still be offering advice on my channel out here on videos. And for those that need contact, I'll figure out a way to do that as well. I'll offer channels out there that can help you. And I plan on doing a lot of research for those channels so that I can write them down. And when somebody says, hey, I need to know about something, I can give it to you. When I give you an opinion, that's all it is. It's opinion and nothing more. You still have to use your good sense to wonder if it's going to help you out, because the things I do or have done doesn't necessarily mean that they're right for you or your situation. It just means it's something I went through. And as long as we understand that, then my door will be open for you. And we'll discuss it. With that, this is all I got for today. And hopefully it didn't bore you. And I know some of you probably figured I was gone for good. And no, I'm not. I'm here. It's just that I'm going to do good instead of fighting. No more fighting. All I did was feed the cause, stirred the pot, and that didn't do a bit of good. All this time, I spent almost a year out there. Most of it in the last 5 or 6 months, and spent a lot of hours, and it didn't do a lot of good. There's a lot of people out there following my channel because they enjoy some of the things I've said. But I'm hoping that I can still capture that audience that wanted help or that liked the ideas and some of the stories. And there was a few that they didn't even mind my singing, believe it or not. and I'm thankful for that. And I'll do the best I can. I'm not set up to really do a lot of singing right now, but I'll try to get things going so I can get some different type of songs up there or fill requests when necessary. Or when asked, not necessary. I hope you guys like a new way for me to do things. It won't have the same drama that I had before in there. It will be more along the lines of advice or stories that I've heard out there. Maybe some will be in the context of a parable so that it can be utilized for understanding more things in the situation you may be in right now. It may be a situation you had and may help understand why you got there. Whatever it is, if it's useful, you're welcome to it. You can retell the stories all you want. Well, I can't think of anything else. If there's something you want, let me know down there. You're welcome in my comments. Some of the people I did answer a lot of the comments this time, more so than usual in my last one because some of them were asking real questions. And it looked like some of them wanted to volunteer to get on there to help Harley. And with that, I showed them the avenue to get there and to do that. I hope that was an honest feeling that they had when they came on my channel and that they really wanted to help because they had good suggestions. And I knew all along they were right. And I wanted them to know that some of those things are already in place and are active. And 2 Lees in a Pod are up there. They're channeled. They're utilizing it to help this little girl out. She wasn't invited to Christmas in the Creek last year. And this year she's going to have her own party to make up for last year. And her parents will be the moderators of what goes on that. It's strictly under their supervision and care that things will go on. 2 Lees in a Pod and all their associates and subs are jumping in there. Now, I want to tell you now, they're really jumping in there. It's helped out. And I would ask you to go over to that channel, hit the sub button, give them a thumbs up, let them know you're there. Say, hey, Lisa, Tori, Rob, I'm here, and I want to help out. If you do that, you'll be doing me a favor as well. And me, I don't need anything. I'm just here. I'm just that good old guy that's retired and offering some help if I can. Obviously, I don't have a ton of money, so money isn't a part of this bargain. I don't have money to give away like Jeremy does. He seems to give it away to those that ask. I understand. There's, let's see, Wes, Lloyd. How many others are on there? Oh, that's right. He was going to help out some other people, wasn't he? Anyway, yeah, that was the last arrow I'm throwing. I couldn't resist. Please forgive me. And you have a good day.